Okay. Good afternoon, Coldwell Banker Dynasty. I'm so excited to be here with you. I see that Jean is here and Lucy. And for
Yes.
those of you that will see this later, welcome. I appreciate you being here for this class for the Keys of Success or Keys for Success. And sitting in on behalf of our broker, Calvin Chang. He is away on business. And at the same time, before I begin this class here, this is not pre-scripted or anything like that. I just want to say that my heart, on behalf of the camp company, on behalf of the Chang family, my heart goes to all of you. Sincere, heartfelt feelings for all the catastrophe and all the trials and tribulations that all of you are going through in any way, shape, or form, whether it's you now no longer have a structure of a home. I have a hard time saying any other word other than that because you will rebuild and you will come up stronger. As well as if you're in a financial situation or in a medical situation, we are here to help and support you because we are an agency with a lot of heart. We have a lot of heart in this agency, and I just want to say to you that anything that you need, just reach out. There's an abundance of resources out there. For those of you that are on WeChat and our private group, I am sharing lots of resources and please feel free to either volunteer or go and fulfill whatever it is that you need. If you need any toiletries or any clothing or anything like that, it's a time to come together even stronger. You hear the term, it takes a village. Well, it takes the whole country. It takes the whole country for all of us to come together. So with that said, here in beautiful Temple City, headquarters for Coldwell Banker Dynasty, and I'm going to go ahead and begin the program. And please feel free to go ahead and, raise your hand either with the emoji or non-emoji with your hand. You can put your hand up. I'm going to go ahead and cover um, for the keys for success today. I'm going to touch on an outline that I prepared for the class that I'm going to be teaching the end of this month by request on how to deal with how to overcome the fear of prospecting with sellers. There's a lot of fear, and I understand that there's a lot of fears out there. We're all in a different level of fear, and just understand you're not alone. So, the introduction for this is really to emphasize the importance of overcoming the fear in prospecting. So, if you want to take notes, you want to write anything down, please do so. For example, highlight how consistent prospecting leads to more listings and higher income. So I want you to take as best diligent notes as you can. If I don't cover everything for you here, understand that I will have the more intimate class in person here at the agency along with lunch. Okay, so you get a bonus of having lunch. So not only are you going to get soul food, but you're going to get tangible
Art
food.
food.
There you go. There you go. Thank you. So an icebreaker. Why don't you think of having an icebreaker activity? I'll give you an example. I've taken people to random places, whether it's for real estate, non-real estate oriented, social networking, any type of networking. It doesn't have to be for prospecting. Have you ever walked in a room where you walk in and you feel like people are staring at you, and then you don't know if it's you or if it's something that looks inappropriate about you, and then you start talking to yourself. I want you to Part of your homework is I want you to walk into any place, whether you're invited or not invited, and I want you to feel uncomfortable. I want you to know how to feel uncomfortable and how to overcome that uncomfortableness. For example, I walked into a room and it was a bunch of people in there, and I thought I was there for a meeting, and it was not the meeting that I was supposed to be in. I found out maybe 5 minutes into it, I walked in, the speaker had me come up to the podium and said, "You're on time." And I said, "I didn't know that we had to come up to the podium. I'm here to listen." "No, I need you to come up to the podium." And I said, "Okay." So I went up to the podium. The instructor asked me to introduce myself. So I did. And then after I introduced myself, he said, "Tell a story whether it's true or not true. And I said, I don't understand. He says, make anything up or tell us about something because we don't know you. We don't know anything about you. And I said, okay, so I have a choice of saying anything? Yes. So I was uncomfortable with that. So what I did was I told a story. And when I was done, the audience voted if whether I was telling the truth or not telling the truth, which I have a problem with sharing this with you. And I'll tell you why. Because what makes me uncomfortable is that, does that mean I'm a good liar? Does that mean, does that mean I know how to make up stories? I don't know, but that is the inner voice. So the inner voice that you hear all the time, tell it to shut up. Okay. Even if you have a self mechanism for yourself, do this. Let's practice. Do this. Okay. Now do this. Yes. Do this and do this. You too, Jean. Tell yourself to shut up. Tell your brain to shut up. Don't let it consume you. Because what happened was I actually got recruited into a very, very advanced Toastmasters group, which they invite you by invitation and you progress to a certain level. Well, I got invited to their highest level, the Toastmasters group, because everyone unanimously believed me, and it was not true.
Oh,
Oh, I thought, oh my gosh. I don't remember what it was about, but I remember looking at the room and picking up something. I think it was either like, I'm looking at Kelvin's room right now. He has the 49ers. So I think I came up with a story based on whatever I saw in the room. Like, I remember, I'll make it up right now. Okay, you're my ice-breaking room. Are you hearing me, Jean? You're my ice-breaking room. So I'm going to tell you, oh my gosh, it was so exciting to go to the 49ers game. It was just exciting. I'm so relatable to the color red. I picked my football teams just based on the color. And color, red is a good feng shui color. Well, I'm telling you right now, that's all a lie. But what it comes down to is that it doesn't matter what you're delivering. If you're newer in this industry and you don't know what you're saying, and you're in front of a seller, make sure that you come across convincing based on your delivery. So make sure that your delivery comes across confident. Now, let me give you a different scenario about the 49ers. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one that's fearful. Um, well, you want me to tell you something about myself? Okay. I don't know anything about the 49ers. Is it a football team? I don't know. No, no, I'm wrong. It's a soccer team. Do you get where I'm going with this? I'm being wishy-washy about, and I'm being caught as to how I'm backpedaling and making it up. So when you're in front of a seller, don't try to be confident in something you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. They're going to respect you more for that. Okay. So the seller says to you, "Hey, Gene, are you a football fan?" If you're not a football fan, don't corner yourself, Gene, because a football fan will say to you, hey, how about those, how about that team, San Francisco 49ers? They got a new coach. What do you think about that new coach? And you're like, yeah, I know they got a new coach. Yeah, the new coach's name is Lucy. Oh, I know. And, they're testing you. There's a lot of people out there that have a sense of humor that are going to see if you either go with them or if you're going to challenge them. How I would have handled that situation is I would have said, my family is all hardcore sports fans, from football to baseball to hockey to anything under the sun, swimming, wrestling. But I'm a supportive mom. I've been a supportive mom. So if you ask me anything about anything, I don't want to embarrass my family by not answering appropriately. So no, I don't. Thank you for asking the question. You see the difference? Just be honest, just be authentic. That's it. That's that fear. Next, okay, that's an icebreaker activity. So let's talk about share common fears. What are you afraid of? I want you both to share with me. Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of lack of confidence? Are you just afraid of fear? Or are you afraid of failure? Or are you afraid of all of it?
All of the above.
Okay, so let's discuss what fear is, because fear is normal. I want you to understand that fear is normal and it can be managed. So if you want to have a one-on-one with me on managing your fear, let's have a one-on-one because I don't want to put you on this class blast and on a YouTube uploaded video where you're telling the world what your fears are. Okay, so let's be more personable and mindful about that. So take your notes so we can have a continuation on that. So just remember, I want you to take a mental note that fear is normal and it can be managed. Okay, fear is normal and it can be managed. Now, bullet point number 2. The first one was introduction and the purpose of the class, emphasize the importance of overcoming fear and prospecting, highlight the consistent prospecting leads and more listings and higher income, icebreaker activity, share common fears and discuss the fear that is normal and can be managed. Next, understanding the fear of prospecting. Okay, we need to identify with you internally what is the root of the cause of the fear. Is it because you're going to tell yourself, I don't know that much? Are you going to tell yourself, I don't look good? Are you going to tell yourself, I'm having a bad hair day? I'll give you an example for myself. Am I going to walk into a room and say, oh my gosh, this is not me. My hair was a different color yesterday. What happened? It could be anything. I walked into this office. I had an abundance of people tell me, oh, you're wearing orange like a pumpkin. Somebody else told me you're wearing pants like a cowboy. But not once anybody noticed my hair. Okay, because the moral to this is that we care too much about ourselves. Other people don't care. Okay. So that could be the root of the cause, but you know what the root of that cause is. Back in the day, having clients from other countries, from XYZ country, it doesn't matter where around the globe, they had all this cash and they were just being cash buyers. You really and your compensation was already, set prior to the NAR settlement with the DOJ. So that was already set by the listing agent. So all you had to do was, in reality, like the consumer perceived it, is be a door opener. So now, today, you need to show your value. You need to show your purpose. You need to show what it is that you're offering. Because you have to show more than you're a door opener. You can't just be a door opener today without having an agreement, whether it's an exclusive agreement or a non-exclusive agreement. You must have an agreement before you actually unlock that door. Because if not, there are consequences. And the fear of rejection or negative responses. Are we afraid of rejection? I'll tell you this. That has never been an issue with me since I was a little girl. I have always been someone that people define me as charismatic, personality, whatever. I dive in, whether it's my business or not my business. I've jumped on the stage with singing artists. I've I've done it all. I've walked into an Academy Awards without an invitation. I've walked into the Langham Hotel and sat down with big wedding parties with my son. Nobody's ever questioned me. I've been in an elevator with Michael Jordan. I've been anywhere. I have stories, and this is why agents in this office wanted me to talk to me about how I overcome fears. I've sat down with John Maxwell and had coffee. And I always dive in, and I'll tell you why. My mindset is I'm never going to live this opportunity again. I don't want to live a life of regret. And all my life, I've been a connector. I've been a connector. I connect people to a job, to a person, to this, to that. Then one day, my husband says to me, why don't you use that energy and bring it to yourself for your business? Why don't you ask for the order? And I said, I don't understand what you mean. He says, when you're helping others, why don't you ask them? Do you know anybody who wants to buy or sell real estate? And I said, but that makes me a salesperson. I don't want to be a salesperson. So that was my route. That was my route of a negative response. I didn't want to talk to somebody at church that I knew was having troubles with their home. And I'm helping them with water or food or housing at a charitable level, but I didn't know or want to ask for the business because I felt that was not appropriate. I felt that it wasn't coming true from my heart. That is my negative response. I'm sharing that with you. So, what I'm saying to you is understand and identify what your negativity is internally because it won't be the same as mine. I know you have to go, Lucy. See you back later or enjoy it tonight. But, Jean, do you happen to know what your negative response is or what your fear is? Do you have any fears that you want to share here or no? If not, that's okay. You can write them down and I can continue.
No, just continue, please.
Okay, great. Thank you. Lack of knowledge or preparation. That's another fear, but you can manage that. You're in control of that. Understand that you can manage how to be prepared for an appointment. Do your due diligence, do your homework on who you're going to meet. Does that person, what do they do for a living? Do they have a hobby? Find a topic that is relatable to that specific person that you're going to be meeting and find out so you can carry on a good conversation that's going to flow throughout the appointment with this person. Okay. Self-doubt. Don't go through an imposter syndrome. I kind of touched that earlier. An imposter syndrome. Don't be something that you're not. Don't try to be something that you're not because it will come across immediately as not being genuine. I like using positive words, positive affirmation words. I don't like using the word fake. I don't like using the word jealous. I don't like using many words that do not project positive inspiration onto others. So select the choice of words that you use to avoid self-doubt. On the WeChat group, for those of you there's about 50 collectively, and I try to put a vocab of the day, not because I know it personally or not because um, I think you don't know it. It's to help us with fresher vocabulary that we traditionally don't use because of our day-to-day routine. We kind of become, there's a term, become um, the habitual habit of repetitive patterns. Okay. Part of the homework I want you to do is when you go home, don't let your car drive you. Drive your car. That's an analogy, and I hope that makes sense to you. Most of the time, we get into the car and we get into the zone where we just know where the car needs to take us. Instead, look at your surroundings. Okay. Look up. Pay attention to life in general around you. It could possibly save your life. It's the norm today for vehicles to take the red light. Do the 20-second rule. Wait. I know I have saved my own life numerous times by waiting. The impact of fear on performance. That kind of covers what I've already shared. The impact of fear on performance. Anything has an impact. Anything can have an impact based on your performance. It could be lack of performance. It could be overperformance. It could be no performance. Discuss how fears lead to procrastination and missed opportunities. This is a big one. Discuss how the fear leads to procrastination and missed opportunities. So much of that happens. How many of us procrastinate every morning? I'll tell you, no matter how I feel, no matter what life throws at me, no matter what's going on in the world, I have a morning ritual. I need to have 4 hours before I come to work, before I leave my house. I have to have 4 hours of doing my morning routine ritual in my home. So that's why I get up at 4 in the morning. Okay, I get up at 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or sometimes 3 in the morning because I have my pets that I need to spend time with. I have my morning self-motivation. I have my morning prayer. I have my morning breakfast. I prepare breakfast. I have to have the house cleaned and it has to be clean. So when I come home to a fresh home. So that's my morning ritual. But I don't procrastinate. I just get up and do it. That's it. I don't like wasting good energy. So why don't we say, let's turn negative energy into good energy and use it towards something that is going to have some good outcome for you. Okay. Share real world examples and overcome the fear and succeed. Let's succeed together. I think it's important that we share these things together so we can be better together. Third bullet point, mindset shifts. Mindset to overcome fear. Reframe rejection as a positive. This is all kind of blending into what I'm sharing. Reframe it. Again, the you know, physical mechanics of this going on in your head. You know, I need to go home. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to go here. I need to do that. I need to blah, 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 blah. So what you're going to do is reframe everything to where you're in the present moment. Be sure to stay present. Learn to be present. So if you're in a Zoom meeting, be present. If you're going to take a walk, be present. Enjoy the walk. How many of you are walking doing the phone prayer? How many of you having dinner doing the phone prayer? And how many of you are just doing something else other than being present? How many of you have gone out to dinner and nobody talks to anybody? Be present. Teach the concept. Everyone. The word no. Okay? The word no. The word no gets you closer to a yes. Within the last 3 months, I have said no to at least 6 sellers, and it felt good to say no. They were unrealistic sellers. Do not waste the consumer's time and do not waste your resources when a consumer really does not want to sell their home. Okay, that's not going to help you. It's only going to drag you. Okay, be present with sellers that want you, specifically you, not AI, you. Use anecdotes or statistics to show that rejection is a part of the process. Okay, rejection is part of the process. That's normal. If you go and you go to a listing appointment and you don't get the listing appointment, you're still a champion. Kelvin, Mark, myself, Mary, we're all here saying, hey, good job. Next in line. Don't let that define you and don't let it drag you. Focus on service and not selling. Again, that goes back to, okay, I don't want to be a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. So my self mechanism for that all my life, since 2006, when I got my license, is I'm not a salesperson. Then what are you? I'm a relationship builder. What does that mean? I like to connect people and make it a win-win situation. And that evolves into deeper, more intimate conversations to the point where the person says, "Can I have your card? I'm inheriting a home. Can you sell it for me?" Do you see how that works? It's a mind shift. Okay, shift perspective. Okay, prospecting is about helping and not pressuring. And I hope you understand for the audience that's going to come in later. What does that mean? What does prospecting mean and not pressuring someone? Be the resource, be the tool that you're helping them. Late last night, I got a referral, $10,000 a month. Will you take it? I said, if you don't mind, I'd like to hear your story and I'd like to interview first. What is your situation and how can I best help you? I may not be the best person to help you. Because of what I said, because of those words that I said, I got hired. So now I need to perform. Share scripts, problem solvings for sellers. We can share scripts. We're going to have the class at the end of the month. But I guarantee you that I've paid thousands of dollars from groups that I have paid for early on in my career, and I've zero used the scripts. Zero. Because the one time that I used it on a cold call, and I've shared this with many of you, I got, I called somebody random. I introduced myself, followed the script. That person yelled at me, called me the F word, hung up on me. I called my husband and said, I don't want to do this. This is not for me. And he said, Sylvia, let go of your ego. You know, go ahead and make that call back and, make it work. Get over yourself. So I called the seller back and I apologized. I said, I'm so sorry that I called you. Yes, I'm following a script. I'm not an actress. I don't know how to follow scripts, but I apologize. And I said to the seller, can I meet with you in person? I'm, he accepted. I met this person in person in Pasadena. I did not get his home to list, but I did get another referral to list from that person. So you see how this works. Now, adopt a growth mindset. And that's what we're going to help you with. Adopting a mind growth set. What can help you with your mind, with your mindset? You can take so many classes. You can attend so many conferences. You can hear so many people talk to you. You can hear podcasts. You can do this, you can do that. But if you're not going to make an emotional decision to change your mindset, it's not going to work. 100%. Discuss the importance of learning from every interaction. Every interaction that you have, whether it's a positive or negative, learn from it. Introduce affirmations or positive visualization techniques. Example, we have our vision boards. Some of you say, I don't need a vision board. Okay, well, there's not one champion out there that is not selling at least 20 houses a year, being a top producer that does not have a vision board. Whether it's on their phone, whether it's in their kitchen, whether it's in their bedroom. I have a vision board in my bedroom. I have a vision board in our office. I have one shared in the office, and it constantly evolves. And next, number 4, bullet point number 4, practical strategies to reduce fear. Preparation of techniques. Develop and practice scripts and common scenarios. If scripts is something for you, then let it work. I just took one of our agents to a potential listing appointment for someone that absolutely did not want to list their home, did not want to consider selling. But in the course of 2 weeks, I stayed in contact with this person on a compassionate level, having nothing to do with real estate. We got a listing appointment. And now he says, gave us a handshake and said, when I do sell my home, you are the person I'm going to call. This person is a Navy SEAL. I will take a handshake over any written contract from a handshake of a Navy SEAL. It's like concrete. It's their word. It has integrity. Role play. If role playing is for you, I remember when I first became a realtor, I used to look in the mirror and try to role play by myself. And I was the biggest critical person for myself. I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way this or that or blah, blah, blah. Practice it. Look in the mirror, go to any mirror, look in the mirror and say, hi, my name is Jean. Are you considering selling your home? Practice simple and then evolve and evolve and evolve from that. Time blocking. I can't tell you how important it is to time block. I time block my calendar a lot. I learned from Mark to go ahead and give myself some space because my time blocks were so rigid, so tight. I had no room for myself to eat, drink water, or go to the facilities. It cost me my health, but I remember having 14 listings in 1 month. Now, how did those 14 listings help me if I'm not healthy to be able to service them? Create a dedicated schedule to make prospecting a habit. Even though I have here prospecting every single Friday at 10 a.m., whether somebody's here with me or not, I'm in the back room and I'm making calls. And even if nobody answers their phone, I did my due diligence. Next, that's my time block. Now, if I have a meeting, if I need to pivot, if I need to modify, adjust my schedule, it's okay. It's okay to do that. Use the 2 hour rule for other productivity techniques. Try something different. Try different techniques. For those of you that have some type of anxiety that cannot knock on somebody's door, wear a rubber wristband. I used to get a lot of migraine headaches over 25 years ago. I started a self mechanism technique where I put a rubber band on my wrist, and every time I felt an onset of a headache coming, I'd pull that rubber band. And knock on wood, knocking on Kelvin's wooden desk, to this day, it has worked. I've let go of the rubber band, but as soon as I feel like I'm allowing myself to get consumed about something, I'll pick up some type of a body technique to help me distract it. Next, use technology and use tools. AI was a big topic earlier. It was a hot, heated topic for about an hour. We had Mary, Mark, Andy, Fiona, and we're talking about AI. So we never lose an opportunity to take energy and turn it into something that is fuel to move the vehicle forward. Introduce CRM systems. If there's a lead generation system, try CB Coldwell Banker Desktop. There are so many tools in there that you can be using that are so beneficial to you. And what I get, I didn't know. What do I get again? I didn't know. What do I get again? I didn't know. Well, I'm telling you, it's there. Very simple. Log on, start an account, start clicking on the tiles, learn all the possibilities that are there. For many years, I'm going on 5 years with this company, and I was the only one that is a luxury realtor. The only one. Now we have Robin says, well, how do I become a luxury realtor? And I said, apply, but I don't qualify. What makes you think you don't qualify? Fill out the application and then look at your sales. Well, I don't know. I forgot. Look them up, print it, send it. Let's see where it lands. She became a luxury realtor. She got accepted. So don't tell yourself no, because again, shut up. Welcome back, Lucy. So now we're going to go on bullet point number 5. So bullet point number 5, building confidence through action. Start small and build momentum. Okay. It could be anything. I'm gonna pick on Lucy because Lucy's here and I know what she's the queen of. She's the queen of open houses. She's the I love Lucy of open houses. She's the first one to dive in and say, hey, I'll do your open house. And she's doing open houses for many people. I don't even know who they are. But what's important, she's built her momentum. So now she's refining that momentum and now she's focusing on that momentum because she's put herself out there. She's allowed herself to put herself out there. And now she's like, well, I don't like this. I don't like that. And I want this done this way. And I want that way. And that's great positive energy because now her mindset has shifted. The discussions have shifted and she's smiling because she knows what I'm talking about, and now she's got drive. Okay. So set achievable goals. Make 5 calls a day for the first week. Any calls. Call your doctor. Call a receptionist. Call anybody. Okay. Just call them. Don't overthink of who you're going to call. Just do it. Okay. I'm not taking the Nike swoosh slogan. Just do it. Okay. Celebrate small wins to build confidence. You get 15 people in your open house, great, celebrate. Tell yourself, I'm a champion. I had 15 people walk through that door that I didn't know. And now they know me. Okay. Create an accountability system. I met with several of you. Don't overthink it. Whatever your system is, I have my notepad right here. Okay. I used to overthink it. I had the leather ones, the colorful ones, the flower ones, the expensive ones, the non-expensive. Now I go to the local store and just get a ring. Um, whether it's a 5 star or not 5 star, tablet, whatever. Write it down. Don't wait for an affiliate to give you something free. If the affiliate is going to give you something like this, don't wait for it. Appreciate it, use it, but trust me, don't write all your notes here because they're going to go in the trash. Unless you're going to put something like this, colorful. I can call my family have called me the post-it queen and the notepad queen. I take affirmations, I put it on a post-it, I put it on my dashboard. I'll take affirmations and I'll put it on my dresser next to where my pillow is so when I wake up. And it'll say, "Hey, champion," or, waiting for you. There's 5 sellers out there for you. So it's a subconscious mind. For me, it's a system of accountability that I've put in place because you don't want to wait to come into the office, stand by the coffee machine, and hear negativity. Generally speaking, that doesn't happen here. But I had an office where I call them the country clubbers. They didn't need to work. They came in, had a cup of coffee, and complained about the market of how it was 30, 40 years ago and how it is today. Well, you know what? See ya. Follow my smoke. I need to go out. Accountability. Partners and agents, weekly check-ins on progress. If you're partnering up with someone, set your healthy boundaries, please. Understand what your boundaries are, what are your expectations from each other, and deliver on those expectations. If you cannot make your appointment, don't be vague. Don't be vague. Again, I said earlier on, I don't like using the word fake. I don't like using the word jealous. I don't like using words like that. But please, every time you're asked to do something, don't say, "I'm on my way to a listing appointment." Because if you have 50 excuses like that in a month, we're going to start wondering, well, what's the matter with that person? They had 50 listing appointments, not one listing. Be authentic. You don't want to be part of something? You know what? It's not for me. Thank you, though. Walk away. Join prospecting groups or challenges for motivation. Again, I talked about the Toastmasters. There's plenty of groups out there, but don't be part of a group where you're not going to be benefiting from. Okay. The invitations are out there for me, but I'm being very selective as to where I'm going to put my time. Again, Lucy, how many hours in a day? 24.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to unmute
Okay.
myself.
I'm like, okay, she may have a little bit more than me. Okay.
Trying
If
to unmute.
no problem. Understand that there is 24 hours in a day. Understand
Yes,
how many of those hours are you going to allocate to be present in your business. If you are allocating an hour and a half to go to the West San Gabriel board for a meeting and it ends in an hour and 10 minutes, sure. You want to use the extra 20 minutes to go ahead in conversations about anything? That's up to you. Or you can say, "Wow, I just gained 20 minutes in my schedule. What can I do?" You know what I've done? I've literally gone in my car, gone around the block, parked, got my business cards, went around the door, the neighborhood, and knocked. Do something with it. You
good
are your
idea.
own CEO. Understand that this is a job, it's work. But if you're unemployed because you're not hired by a client, a buyer, or a seller, and you don't expect to be paid in the next couple of months, you're unemployed. Okay, leverage positive feedback. Share success. Okay, we have 20 minutes left, so I know I have way more of this. And again, I'm tapping into this because we're going to have a more intimate one coming up. Share success stories from groups to reinforce progress. Now, this is what I suggest. Again, because there's only 24 hours in a day, how many of you have ever been in a supposedly conversation with somebody, but you've never had an opportunity to say beep, beep? beep, you can't say anything because you've been consumed. You've been hostage over a conversation with somebody not allowing you to share anything. So, no, in my leadership classes, early onset, many, many years ago, we have what we call a table sergeant of arms. So, I'm going to plan something fun where we all get together on our own and we'll go down the street, we'll go to Cabrera's or something, and we'll sit down, we'll have nachos and we'll have a beverage, something. My treat for simple chips and a beverage, not a martini, not anything else like that. Just so we can have some clear fun on a conversation. Okay, so the clear fun of conversation, I'm not going to take the whole hour. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and say, I have 2 minutes. Next, Lucy, you have 2 minutes. Next, that person. We're going to make it an even flow. Gina, I hope I didn't lose you. I hope you'll come back. Um, have a general conversation. So what you're doing is you're being a leader. You're making sure that everyone has an opportunity to be able to lead a conversation within the group, other than sitting there for an hour and listening to someone and not allowing anybody else to feel like they were able to contribute. Does that make sense? Perfect. Okay, now bullet point number 6, handling objections and difficult situations. Teach objection handling skills. You can teach that. If you have children, I'm sure you've taught that to your children. If you have parents, I'm sure you've had those discussions with your own parents because of the reverse aging. If you're with anybody, learn to be a teacher, okay? And teach handling objections. Address common objections to sellers. What's the first thing a seller says? Sorry, I'm not selling my home. Okay? Don't get knocked out of the park for that. That's okay. Learn how to overcome that objection. I've learned to say, hold on. I tell them, hold on. I totally understand. If I lived where you do, I wouldn't sell my home either. And I guarantee you that the look or the mindset of that person is going to look at you like, huh? Then why are you here? Shifting. Okay. Now, stay professional under pressure, regardless of the situation. Compose yourself. Stay composed. Okay. I've had somebody tell me in a room full of people, I don't like the color of your hair. And I will smile and say, thank you for sharing how you feel. Any other topics to discuss? That's it. Simple. Don't overthink it. Next, techniques to stay calm and polite when faced with negativity. Same thing. Come up with those techniques. What are those techniques that are going to help you help yourself? Next, use humor or empathy to diffuse tense situations. Okay. Again, use humor or empathy. I'm not a comedian. I'm more empathetic than I am a comedian. So I'm not going to crack a joke on something where I'm going to laugh at myself or by myself, and the person is just going to stare at you, and you're like, uh-oh. You want to show me to the door? I would gladly go ahead and leave right now. You know? Don't do that. So next, bullet point number 7, closing an action plan. Recap on the keys on your takeaways from this. Okay? Always, when you go to a meeting, take your diligent notes, write things down, and then recap. Because I guarantee you, those notes go on the paper, or if you take notes like this, or just loose paper, if you take notes on a just loose leaf paper like this, I guarantee you it's going to go in the back of your seat or it's going to go in the trunk of your car, and that's where it's going to stay. And then next thing you know, here comes the next meeting a month later, and you're like, oh, I can't believe time went by so fast. Take control of the steering wheel. Mindset, preparation, action, persistence are key. They're key. Create a personal prospecting plan. We've had discussions with several of you where we're putting together a plan. Okay, again, that plan is not bulletproof. It's going to constantly change. You're going to modify it because as you level up, it's going to be modified. Next, I have here is each participant should outline the next steps in prospecting. Always outline. Again, don't let something just stay stale and you write it down and it's right there. What is your plan? What is your outline? What's your follow through on it? Because otherwise it's going to die out. Last night, when I inherited this client, I was on till 11 o'clock at night. I ate my dinner in a bowl without my family at the desk, and I knew this family needs help. They're in a motel. I'm writing everything down. I'm already setting up a plan. I sent them an email affirming the plan and what their homework is, and if this is going to work, how it's going to work, how much I charge, and what the outcome may be, and how I may project the outcome. So there's a lot in there, a lot in there. Just take it as, for those of you that are parents, I'm taking my kid to school. I guarantee you, you're already thinking, I have an appointment, I may be late. Well, communicate, talk to somebody, have a plan B. That's projecting. Motivational closing. You know, I'm just going to tell you, life is a motivation. What's around the world and what's happening, don't let it define you. Don't let it drag you down. Because the moment you get dragged down and you're dragging your chin on the ground, unfortunately, there are more people out there that are going to kick you while you're down than give you a hand to hold you up. It's been a rude awakening to where, all this is going on and people are saying, well, I don't know how to help. I don't want to help. Um, it interferes with my TV show, or it's not for me, or, I still don't have power, or things like that. It's called tunnel vision. Just remember, things happen to anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what your wallet looks like, what you look like, how you dress, if you're on the hill, off the hill, you live by the beach, or who you know. At the end of the day, who you really know is who's going to be there for you, with you in a time of a catastrophe. If you're going to throw a party, you're going to get people you didn't even know that are bringing people that don't know you. But if you're sitting in a hospital bed, that's who you're going to know who your real friends are. Align yourself with winners. Align yourself with the people that are going to help you put bread on your table. Let's be successful together because together we're better. And I can't share that enough. So I'll go ahead and, you know, just just leave off with persistence. This is an opportunity for you to ask any questions. I know it's just you here, Lucy, right now. I think Jean signed off, but if you don't have any questions, Lucy, I don't want to put you on blast, but I do want to say that I'll leave off with saying, do you have questions? Yes or no? If no, you can share. Oh,
No.
okay, no problem. I'll share a fun fact because I've been asked a lot. Yes, for those of you who have noticed, my hair is pitch black. It was not supposed to be pitch black. I don't do pitch black anymore. Yeah, it does look healthier. It does look shinier. But what happened was I said, I need me time. I've fallen off a wall. I've chased the bad guys. I've done a rose parade since January 1st. I put 5 people in housing charity with for 2, 3 days. I have with my partner and I, we've just been reactive and proactive and helping with whatever means we have. Okay, we have this little bit of extra cash. We can do away with this. We can do away with that. But at the same time, I put things into perspective and said, I need to take care of myself. I need to do something. Um, um, my silver is growing in my hair. I've been silver since I was maybe 21. So my mom convinced me that when you get silver is because you're really intelligent. So I thought, whoa, I'll run with that. I have a lot of silver. I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to pull it. I'm really intelligent. Well, nobody's going to love you more than your mom or your dad. So, you know, I I love the color black, but as you age in place, the color black, you better be prepared to have your face done because it's gonna shine on your face. Long story short, I'm supposed to have cinnamon brown color, which was just the color that I had, cinnamon brown. So I was freezing, and there was a 90-year-old woman that was just talking me up the whole time about artificial intelligence. And I'm like, I've had it with intelligence conversation. I don't want to talk about this anymore. When I go to the salon, I just want this. I want this. I want this and this and this. Silence, please. I said to the beautician, can you please put me under the hair dryer? And she said, yes. She puts me under the hair dryer. Boop. Used artificial intelligence for a formula. This is a result. Apparently, apparently, she used the same formula. She consulted with AI, somebody I've been going to for a fortune of years. I trust her. She puts down the hair dryer and says that the hair dryer, because I have frizzy hair. I have a different quality, very, very dry hair. So because my hair was so thirsty, the combination of the formula and the heat transformed it into this color. So here I am.
Wow, never heard of that before.
So here I am. And they said, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'll give you all this product so you can wash it out and do this and that." And I said, "You know what? There's worse things going on in the world. It's okay. It's okay." I didn't think twice about it, but I'll tell you this. Every time I walk by a mirror and I look and I'm like, "Oh my God. Who's that?" I have to really reframe my mind, my brain, that this is me because I haven't seen this look in a very, very, very long time. But with that said, this is minor. I wasn't going to turn Karen on this person. I wasn't, I said, you know what? I trust you. I put my trust in you. I'm okay with this. It's a small price to pay. I'm okay. We're fine.
You
So
look good.
thank you. Well, whether I do or whether I don't, this is what it is. I remember going into a school one time, a beauty school, and I said, I don't have a whole lot of money right now. I'm going to the beauty school. I'm going to get a perm. I've always had curly hair, but because I've done so many Brazilian blowouts, I said I maybe get some more curl back in my hair. My hair got fried. I had super long hair, and it looked like I had an afro. That
Wow.
was a different story. But again, people make mistakes. We're human, and that's how I'm going to wrap this up by saying, if you don't make any mistakes, you're not going to learn. If you're not going to make yourself uncomfortable, you're not going to succeed. If you're not going to put yourself in situations that you didn't anticipate, then you're not going to know the results you're going to get. Understand, start planting those mustard seeds because your garden will blossom. And with that said, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you leaving, Lucy, and coming back. You said you were going to do that, and you did. Thankful that Jean's here. Jean's always present. But later, I hope this video has a lot of views. And I don't know, Lucy, maybe I'll pay you $50 so you can go ahead and click view, 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 view. We get 1 million views. Anyways, no. But hey, laughing brings happiness to the soul. Thank you. An
Yes.
agency that cares and an agency with a lot of heart.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.